Would you like to learn some different ways to say, I don't know, to help you sound more fluent, natural, and professional in English? Let's get started. First, let's talk about some everyday ways that you can say, I don't know. You can use these in more casual situations and professional situations. So let's say your friend or coworker asks you a random question like, how far away is the sun? And you don't know the answer. How can you reply? The most popular answer would be, I have no idea. And this is really to stress the fact that you have no knowledge on the topic. Remember, the question is, how far away is the sun? I have no idea. Now, we can also shorten this and simply say, no idea.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Another common answer is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Now, you can expand on this and you can say, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. That meaning the question. I'm not too sure about how far away the sun is.
Not sure about that. Not sure about what?
A fun one is simply to say, who knows? Who knows? Seriously, who knows? Do you know? Who knows? You could say, your guess is as good as mine. It's implying that you also don't know the answer. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, your guess is as good as mine.
I created a free lesson PDF that summarizes all the different ways to say, I don't know. You can look in the description or the comment section for the link. Now, another one with the word guess is, if I had to guess, I'd say. So you're letting the person know that your answer could be completely wrong. So how far away is the sun? If I had to guess, I'd say 100 million miles? I don't know. Am I right? You let me know in the comments if I'm right. You could say, I wish I knew. That's an interesting piece of knowledge. I wish I knew, but I don't. I wish I knew. I wish I could help you. I wish I could help you with that. I wish I could answer that for you, but I can't.
I wish I knew, Robin. I wish I knew.
You could also say, I can't help you with that one. I can't help you with that question. You could say, that's an interesting question, but, and then use any of the expressions we just learned. That's an interesting question, but I have no idea. You could also just say, I've never thought about that before, which is probably true. A common way to answer that question now is simply to take out your phone and say, hey Siri, how far away is the sun? Hey, I was actually pretty close. It was 149 million miles away, and I said 100 million miles, and I completely guessed. I'm pretty proud of that. So that's a great way to answer. Just ask Siri or Alexa or whoever else. There are two very common idioms that you can use. The first idiom is beats me. That beats me, but we commonly get rid of that and simply say beats me. And that's the same as saying I have no idea. Beats me. The other idiom is I haven't the slightest idea. And the slightest is this much, the smallest amount possible, but you're saying you don't even have that. So it's another way of saying I have no idea. I haven't the slightest idea. Now, instead of slightest, you could say foggiest or faintest, and it means the exact same thing. Or you can say, I haven't a clue, which also means the same thing. So they're just slight changes to the same idiom, and they're very commonly used.
Because I haven't the foggiest idea why. I mean, look at me.
Now let's talk about some more professional expressions that you can use when you're asked a question but you don't know the answer. So let's say your boss asks you how many units of a specific product were sold last month. You could reply back and say, when do you need to know by? And your boss will likely say an hour, 2 hours, tomorrow, next week, and tell you when they need the information. Now, if they say right now, I need it right now, then you can reply back and say, let me get that for you. Get that being the answer, the information. Or you could say, let me find out. Let me look into this. Instead of let me, you could also say I will. As a contraction, I'll find out. I'll look into this. I'll let you know. I'll get back to you. Another way to reply is to say, I need to check something and then I'll get back to you. So you're letting the person know that you just need to do something first. Instead of check, you could say, I need to confirm something, I need to verify something, I need to look into something and get back to you. You can also specify a specific time or date when you'll have the information. Let me look into this and I'll get back to you by 2 o'clock, by the end of the day, by tomorrow, by next week, and let the person know.
Let me look into it.
Now, if you do want to admit that you don't know the answer now, you could say something like, I'm not sure offhand. So offhand is just an expression we use to mean right now. I'm not sure offhand. Let me look into this and I'll get back to you by 2 o'clock. Does that work for you? And you can add, does that work for you, to clarify that getting back to them with the information by 2 o'clock is acceptable. Your boss will likely say, sure, no problem. Or they might say, no, I have a meeting in 10 minutes and I need this information. Well, then of course you say, no problem, I'll find out right now and get back to you in a few minutes. Of course, by the deadline your boss just told you. Now, instead of saying, I'm not sure offhand, which again is just an expression, I'm not sure offhand, you could say, I'm not sure off the top of my head. So again, this is another way of just saying right now. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Let me find out and I'll email you the information in 10 minutes. So you could also use in and a time reference, in 10 minutes, in an hour, in 20 minutes. Or you could simply say ASAP. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Let me check and I'll get back to you ASAP. That means as soon as possible. You can also say ASAP. There's 2 different ways to say it, ASAP or ASAP. They're both acceptable. I think ASAP is more common though. I'll get back to you ASAP.
I'll look into it and get back to you.
ASAP.
Now you have all the expressions you need to say, I don't know. What was your favorite expression? Share that in the comments below. And you can keep expanding your vocabulary with this lesson. And make sure you download this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can get it from my website right here. So get started with your next lesson right now.